guys, welcome back again. Davis mentioned welcome back again for another video. Welcome back again to your channel. That is your home for tech, toys, and of course talk. And as always, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So welcome back again to another episode of Dave's Dimension. Now, this one is, it's going to be a little bit of tech, a little bit of toy. Now, you guys know I'm into Ghostbusters. You guys have seen my videos. I'm going to be doing a lot more. I've been doing some mods to both my Proton Pack, and you guys can check out that in the channel as well. I'm going to be creating a playlist of all my Ghostbuster videos from start to finish all the way through if you want to check them out. But recently, I've been slowly modifying the pack and now the wands to being Afterlife. Now, it's still, this is Afterlife, I mean to Frozen Empire. Now, as you can see, I did get the barrel. And you can check out the previous video showcasing that as well. Now, it's just simply screws, a little screw, and pops right off, a little clamp. So you can go back and forth. What's really great about this one is there's a groove right here. So, go right here. And there you go. We got our Afterlife mode. Or Afterlife with Frozen Empire. Nice little, and goes right back. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different, guys. We're going to be tearing this thing apart. You heard right. The Spangler one is going to be Frozen Empire vibe. So, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to be cutting this weird rubbery faux masking tape thing that they threw on here in Afterlife. In Afterlife, it looked cool. It looked like this was patched together. Now, this has been an annoyance for a lot of people. A lot of people have cut this right off. We're going to be cutting this off because really this gap is hollow. But not for long. We do have a new replacement handle that's going to snap right on. Now, what am I going to do with the stock shotgun barrel? Nothing. We have another piece. It's going to snap right on here as well. Now, you can see a few faint lines, so I'm thinking of maybe taking some sandpaper, sanding it down just to smooth it around without, doing any damage to the structural integrity of it. But guys, to make it even a step further, I ordered a little something from Etsy. That's right, guys. I ordered a little something from Etsy. Okay, now I ordered from a shop called Creative 3D Printing CA. Obviously, CA for Canada. Now, it took just an extra day or two for it to arrive, but that's because of international shipping and the carrier, U.S. Postal Service. They're not the greatest, but it took. But the actual store runner himself, very responsive. Every time I sent a message, he replied almost immediately. Now, here's the fun part. Let's go ahead and take a look at this right now. Okay, guys, so this is the Frozen Empire heatsink replacement. Now, obviously, this looks like the regular heatsink, right? We got even have our speaker hole. Now, there is a version where you can get it without the speaker hole or with the speaker hole. I got it with because I think it just makes more sense. Now, some people are calling this the cheese whiz or the cheese slice because it's a thick piece of plastic that goes on the side of your wand where your heatsink, and that's what this is called. This is called a heatsink. So, now, Creative 3D Printing CA, what he's done is he's created multi-pieces here. Now, I do have to open up the wands, and that's going to be the fun, tricky part. But, now what's going to happen is the the stock holder for the speaker is it's pretty similar to this. We're going to be using the existing screws so that we can actually put the speaker right here, screw this on, and this will actually mount to the inside. And here, this little piece is going to protrude outwards, so it's going to be flush with this part. Now, this is a very interesting style. Now, the way he's designed it is we're going to have to use glue. We're going to have to use either an epoxy, some kind of like a super glue or something. But because the wand because the frame of the wand actually opens up right here. So this, you have a top part and a bottom part. So if I want to future proof this, if I want to be able to open this up for future modifications, I'm going to have to do the glue where the glue is at the bottom part of this, so that if I do lift this up, it won't stop me from opening it up again. So this part is going to glue to this bottom part and not the top part, or vice versa. So that's going to be the tricky proposition of this. And basically, once, obviously I'm going to remove the stock here. And let's see, size for size, it's about dead on. It's about dead on for a size comparison. Let's throw that right there. So it's pretty dead on for size comparison. I might take like a silver gray Sharpie, add a few lines here to give it that weathered look, just like this. But that's basically going to go on the side right there. And bam, we're going to look like a Frozen Empire Neutrona wand. So I'm really psyched for this. But I'm also thinking, while I have this open, I might see if I can take this plastic cover out while I'm opening this up. So, what are you guys thinking? Am I a madman to take a stock Spangler wand and to turn it into Frozen Empire? I mean, I already have an Afterlife Proton Pack that I am slowly modifying into a Frozen Empire Proton Pack. I have parts. I mean, well, I've already done some changes to it. I have a few more parts coming in. I even have a special part that a friend of the channel is making, and I can't wait to see that in person once that is done. And I'm sure you guys are going to be blown away by it. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, the handles are just going to snap right on, which is going to be cool. And that also means I could always undo it. These just snap right on. And these are 3D printed, but the strength on this, these don't feel like they're flimsy or they're going to crack very easily. They feel pretty damn sturdy. Now for my Proton Pack, I have a new ribbon cable coming in. I'm even thinking of going. I know at first I was against the new curved ion arm, but I'm seriously considering doing that. But guys, yeah, say goodbye to the Spangler Afterlife wand and say hello to Frozen Empire. So what do you say we get right on into this, guys? Okay, guys, so here we are. We're getting ready. Now, this is the game plan. Okay? I've taken off the Frozen Empire. Frozen Empire barrel is off. So, we've removed the faux tape. You can just use a, regular knife you might have in your toolbox. Basically, I just use this, just a basic knife. Doesn't have to be super, super sharp. It can, as long as it's sharp to just cut a box or anything, that's going to be plenty for you guys, okay? So, we're not going to worry about this right now. However, this is what we need to do. Now, you see I already got my drill bits out here. So what's going to happen is I have to drill here, 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 and here. Now, as I said before, this is basically molded plastic that covers the screws. So one, you don't want to go full force. You want to slowly drill to it until you believe you've broken through. And then, if you got a can of condensed air, or you just blow into it to get the debris out, or just kind of shake it around, the debris should fall right out. And then you're going to take your Phillips head screwdriver or electric screwdriver and find the right size bit, of course, first, and then slowly take the screws out. Once you take off the gun rail, that's what we call this, you then have some screws underneath here. And then we're going to have to unscrew that to open this up. And then that's where we get the real meat and potatoes, guys. So let's go. Okay, slight correction from before. I actually drilled the faux screws, but these are just cavities. It was really on the track. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I just lightly screwed, or lightly drilled into it, not pushing all the way through the cap, but then I used the drill bit to kind of pop the caps out. You can see the caps look like this. There's different methods you can use, but I was able to pull this off. And then I unscrewed right here towards the barrel. And then 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And there we go. We're now open. Now, I was hoping to take out the plastic that's on the top here, but I'd have to go through all this right here. I kind of don't want to do that, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to work on the speaker. So I have to get this out. These have to unscrew. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so now, thanks to the piece we have from the Etsy store, Creative 3D Printing CA. Now, we're going to use this as a base. Now, on the stock heatsink, basically this laid on top of here to hold it in place and slide onto the port. Now, we're not going to do that. We're going to set this aside. Goodbye. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to basically lay the speaker here. We're going to use the stock cover and then screw it onto here. So instead of having the heatsink, we're just going to have this kind of sticking out, and then this is going to overlay on top just like that. Okay? This is just going to fit in place. Now, you might be saying, Dave, what's going to hold this onto this? Well, that's going to be super glue, maybe any kind of a two-part epoxy, any kind of fast-drying epoxy you might have. That's basically what's going to hold this on. But like I said, be cautious not to glue onto here, because if you glue onto here, it's going to be stuck onto the frame and you're never ever going to be able to open this up again. So be mindful how you're going to approach that, guys.
It's much more than that. It's a chance to escape your reality for a moment. Some people need that. Also, need tons of music in the fast rate. Get a job, I think it's rejecting those goals with the problem. I don't choose that, but who different? Yes, this studios aren't anymore. No, it was like a teaching for all you know. Because he was living here. I found a way. Because mine just 5 degrees. That makes no difference in you. Doesn't look like there's any line missing. The first entry. It's not already. What's the cause of that? Dude was hit with a nunchuck statue. That's the first for me. The golden nunchuck award for best fight sequence 1990. Seems like you're working for once. Yeah, we saw all Wesley's Fighting Guys Force Flag memorabilia contract. What's the other precinct? That's 99. No, not cool. I'm going to me. The Predator Ninjas monkey fight such as that. I was going to jump on my habit. I will avenge you. What's on the line? Jim, please don't run away. Secret salt plate. Hey, Mr. Farkas, I was wondering. Okay, please. Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, no, I was wondering, why do you like this cabinet so much? Rick's name's Hudson. Never says thank you, and he's a bully for it. Oh, him.
Okay, so everything is screwed back in. You want to make sure you're making the screws on the track nice and tight. Because at first, if you screw it in, it feels like it's caught, like it's catching, but then this is loose. So I went back in, hand screw, no kind of a electric screwdriver here. So there we go. Everything is still functional. Probably should have done that before I tightened it all up. So I'm going to live with this. That's okay. I mean, I could take a drill, and maybe Dremel the rest of this. However, I don't want to tempt fate. I really don't. Now, I will say, if you look up here, there is a little bit of a little bit of a cavity. It's not 100% straight, you know. But once we do this, a little bit of glue. I'm probably gonna glue here and a little bit up here, right here, and here. And that glue is going to create a seal, and we won't see that anymore. So there we go. I also have new grips that we're going to be putting on, and let's go ahead and finish this up. Okay, guys, so obviously you can see this is on here good now. This is not coming off. So we have this mounted now. So yes, this is a 3D printed heatsink. This is not the original heatsink. I actually tossed that now. So I reconnected the Frozen Empire barrel. So now we have these two. Now what I did was I sanded this one down. I probably didn't have to, but I felt like I should because it was showing lines. But that's neither here nor there. So now we're going to go ahead and attach this rear handle onto the rear part, and then we're going to put this onto the front part. So let's go ahead and do that very quickly. Okay, so in case you're wondering, if you notice this has a larger space here. That's going to be the rear. So all I should really have to do is snap it on. Just like that. And yes, I could bend this and pop it back off if I really want to. I personally am actually thinking of putting some tape around this. I might just do that because, you got this, we do have this kind of gap that kind of, well, you shouldn't say gap, but the piece that kind of sticks out. It would be cool if we could get it a little bit more form-fitting, but I get that this is an aftermarket piece meant to go with the Spangler wand. And now we have this. Now what's cool is, if we look at the back of this here, there is a little space. That is obviously meant for the hose, this little stray hose that they connected for Afterlife. Let's see if we can get this on just right. Let's see if I can get this on. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me just a moment. I might be doing this backwards. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, I did get this snapped on, but we still see this here. So what I might try and do is I might try and take this back off and try and cover that up with some black paint. So that, because on the other side, it covers it perfectly. It really does. But we still got some of that showing. I mean, from a distance, when this is on a wand or on a pack, you're probably not really going to notice it, but you'll still see it there. You would see it. So it's, I get it. Nothing against the designer, the maker. They did a great job, but, they can only cover so much here. This does a great job. It's on there nice. And I do like the new contoured handle. Obviously, the way this is designed, just like in the movie, is so you can kind of get a better grip of the wand itself. Now, this does not rotate, and, that's just the wand. That's just how they designed the wand itself. But there we go. We have our our Frozen Empire wand from our Spangler Afterlife wand. Now, I think this actually would work better if you have the 84 wand, the newer one. And I do want to get that one at some point. But I have a few criticisms about Hasbro's design with that as well. But hey, I'm not the only one. I'm sure a lot of people do. But there we go. We are good to go. Now the paint is a little tacky still, that because I spray painted this myself. It did come in black. Both handles were black, but I wanted to trying to see if I can add a little bit more color to it to kind of go with the wand itself. But there you go, guys. Now, again, I am still thinking of putting some hockey tape, some grip tape on here, but that's just me. It's just something that I like to do. I like stuff that's weathered. I like to personalize my items, so that's just me personally. But there we go. The wand is pretty much it's Frozen Empire ready. Now I just have to finish the pack to make it Frozen Empire ready. So, what do you guys think of this? Swing and a miss? Did I do something that you think was unnecessary, or do you think I took it to the next level? I want to know your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Later on this year, I do plan on building a new wand, not for the HasLab, but for my Ben & Kent 1-to-1 scale proton pack. I've been looking at throwing chickens wand kit, and that would be a complete scratch build. Practically, once I get the pieces, I have to maybe do some sanding, some painting, assemble it, put the electronics in. So it should be a pretty fun project, but that's not going to be until probably next fall or even maybe next November. We'll see what happens. So, guys, again, what do you think on a scale of 1 to 10? What do you think of this? Cool? Stupid? Fun? Let me know what you think. I mean, given more time, I would have loved to taken the whole thing apart and really do my own painting and weathering. But hey, it's the HasLab or the Spengler wand. I am thinking of redoing some of the labels though. What do you guys think? I am seriously thinking of redoing the labels all over the wands and on the pack. Because, well, the packs are pretty much rebuilt, so they're going to have new labels, new certifications. But there we are, guys. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know in the comment section below. And, guys, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. Keep on busting, and I will always catch you on the flip side. Take care.